How is it going? I hope everyone's doing well, and thank you for tuning in this video. Today I'm here with my WWE Backlash 2020 pay-per-view review. Without wasting any more time, let's go and jump right into things. Now, before the main show started, we actually did have a kickoff show 1 hour prior to the event, which they ended up bumping a match onto that show, which ended up being the United States Championship match between Apollo Crews defending against Andrade. The match itself on the kickoff show was good. You know, it was pretty much on par with their previous matches. Didn't get as much time. They only got like 7 or 8 minutes, you know, compared to, you know, it's gotten like 15 or 20 minutes on Raw, it seems like. So it kind of sucks that they got so little time, especially when they had an entire hour. They could have easily have gotten, you know, just even 15 minutes of time, but for whatever reason they gave them, you know, 7 or 8 minutes. But it's typical. Like I said, good in-ring work that they've had previous weeks. Kevin Owens on commentary for it, which I thought was good because he was kind of there for backup for Apollo Crews. Crews was closing the victory and not pinning his standing shooting star moonsault into a shooting star press. You know, until Angel Garza got up into the apron. Kevin Owens was then, you know, pulling down to the stunner. Andrade was looking closing on the win, but then Apollo Crews ended up hitting him with the power bomb for the 1-2-3. So Apollo Crews walks out still United States champion. Good match on a kickoff show. Just sucks that they got so little time, but you know, it's still good for what it was. And then we go to the main show, which opened up with the triple threat match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Sasha Banks and Bayley defending against the IIconics and Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. I see this match getting a lot of mixed reviews. Me personally, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun match. You know, one of the better women's title matches that I've seen, at least that I remember. Like, honestly, I can't really remember any women's title matches or tag title matches off the top of my head, but I can honestly say this one was up there in terms of the ones I enjoyed the most. I just feel like the in-ring action was at a nice pace. You know, I feel like there's constantly in-ring work, which was nice. I thought they were doing a good combination of moves, you know, able to incorporate all three competitors in the ring at once, you know, into spots. Although there was some sloppiness and everything didn't look all that great, I'm not going to ignore those facts. I appreciate the effort, and I still thought it made for an enjoyable match nonetheless. Some nice dives on the outside. The IIconics, probably like the best they've ever done, they've ever been. In any match ever. I feel like, you know, even though they're not great, they definitely they look decent in this match, I thought. So I thought it was a fun opening match personally. So I enjoyed the women's tag title match. Looked like Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross were closing on the victory. Alexa Bliss was able to hit the able to hit the Twisted Bliss off the top rope onto, I don't remember if it was Billie Kay or Peyton Royce, but then Sasha Banks rolled in the ring, rolled up Alexa Bliss, 1-2-3, retained the women's tag team titles with Bayley. So Sasha Banks was actually able to successfully retain a women's championship, so props to her being able to do that. So yeah, like I said, I know this match got a lot of mixed reviews, but me personally, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun match. So yeah, good way to kick off Backlash if you ask me. Then we go to Jeff Hardy taking on Sheamus. This match was good. I just felt like it went on way too long. Had a nice start, you know, had a hot start, you know, good back and forth action. Then Sheamus just worked over Jeff Hardy and then worked over him and then worked over him and worked over him. I understood the story. I thought, you know, I understood it, but I just wasn't enjoying it. I just felt like it dragged on and it wasn't capturing my attention. I just thought it was, you know, I thought it was a tad bit boring to be perfectly honest. But Jeff Hardy has comeback action and pinning the Swanton for a near fall. Sheamus got his foot on the rope, which prevented 3 count. Sheamus went to the outside, Jeff Hardy went to the outside, but then ate a bro kick when Jeff Hardy ran across the barricade to do a jump on the Sheamus. Sheamus just destroyed him with a bro kick, back in the ring. It's a second bro kick for the 1-2-3, defeats Jeff Hardy. Wasn't surprised, especially considering that the Extreme Rules logo looks very similar to the Hardy Boys logo, so I figured that this feud would go into Extreme Rules, so it made sense for Sheamus to win here, if you ask me. And you know, obviously, it makes people want to see Jeff get his redemption even that much more. So I thought Sheamus winning here was the right decision, but like I said, it was a good match. Just felt like it dragged on way too long, and I felt like they didn't really do as much as they could have. For a feud that they've been building up that they want to beat the holy hell out of each other, I feel like they really didn't do that. I mean, they did at the beginning, and then Sheamus just did a whole lot of nothing, and then towards the end, they started, you know, brawling some more again, but like I said, I felt like for a good portion of the match, they didn't do a whole lot of anything. So that kind of took it down for me. But, you know, it was a good match for what it was. The Raw Women's Championship, Asuka defending against Nia Jax. I didn't enjoy this match at all. It should have been a squash, but the match actually is continuing the feud. So that absolutely sucks. I'm just going to go straight to the finish because I didn't enjoy it. It was just about an 8-minute match of, you know, it wasn't bad. It was fine, but it just wasn't enjoyable. Nia Jax actually was able to counter the Octopus submission, Octopus hold into a jackhammer, which I thought was a pretty nice, actually, spot. So props to her, but Asuka sent her on the outside when she was trying to do like an arm breaker, then ended up just tossing Nia Jax over the top rope. They brawl on the outside. Referee does a double count out, so double count out, the feud continues. I'm pretty sure a feud no one wants to see, unfortunately, so always sucks to see something you don't want to see continue, but whatever. Like I said, garbage match. Wasn't terrible, but just wasn't really worth paying attention to, and it's continuing a feud I don't care to see, so I didn't win at all coming out of it. So yeah, just throwaway stuff. From there, I'm going to the 2-on-1 handicap match for the Universal Championship. Braun Strowman defending against The Miz and John Morrison. You know, this was a fine match. It pretty much went exactly probably how you would have guessed it. From the get-go, Strowman was very dominant. You know, Miz and Morrison were making frequent tags and trying to get the upper hand, but Strowman was dominant. At one point, Strowman got sent to the outside, which, you know, Miz and Morrison were able to double team Strowman to take him out and then get the upper hand. Nice freaking tags, a work over Strowman. Ended up hitting a pretty cool double team tag finish with Miz hitting the Skull Crusher finale as Morrison hit a double stomp to the back of Strowman's head. So I thought that was a cool combination for a finish. But when Morrison went for the pin, because he's a legal man, Miz broke the pin up. He pulled Morrison off because obviously the man that got the pin between him and between Miz and Morrison became Universal Champion, and obviously Miz wanted to be champion, so he pulled Morrison off. And he's like, "Oh fuck, what am I doing?" Pin Strowman again, but Strowman kicks out. Strowman has his comeback, takes out Miz with a choke slam, hits the running power slam on Morrison. 1, 2, 3, retains Universal Championship. Like I said, the match was fine and pretty much went exactly how it would have went. I don't know why they're going to break Miz and Morrison up already. I feel like you could have definitely gotten some more longevity out of those two. I don't see why now you need to build towards a split. So I don't agree with that, but I understand it. Just I don't really agree with it. So Miz and Morrison, obviously, they're having dissension. So yeah, like I said, the match for what it was fine. There's nothing to complain about. AJ Styles was interviewed. He pretty much said that on SmackDown he's going to do a celebration and invites Dana Bryan. So that'll be definitely interesting to check out. And then we go into the WWE Championship match. Drew McIntyre defending against Bobby Lashley. Right from the get-go, Bobby Lashley locks in the full Nelson on Drew McIntyre for a good little while. McIntyre selling his ass off. The referee's asking him to continue. McIntyre agrees, and he fights with the jacket on for a good little while still. Lashley's working over McIntyre, and McIntyre has come back, and these two go at it and have an absolute hoss fucking fight. I said it on Twitter that if these two go out there for 10 to 15 minutes and have a hoss fight, I'll be satisfied. And that's exactly what I got. These two went out there and beat the holy hell out of each other. This felt like a world championship match. Two big guys going out there, clobbering each other, moving around like they're cruiserweights. They're just flying around the ring. They're so athletic, but so big. They're just moving around like it's nothing for them. It had all the elements to be a great match, and it absolutely was. This is probably Bobby Lashley's best match in WWE, you know, arguably ever. You know, I can't really remember many Bobby Lashley classics in WWE, but this is definitely up there, I'd say, with one of his best matches, if not his best match in WWE, if you ask me. But yeah, a lot of great transitions and counters. You know, both men were able to hit a lot of great big moves, a lot of great kickouts. You know, McIntyre was kicking out of one at a lot of moves. Lashley was hitting spears, and McIntyre was kicking out of one. So McIntyre definitely looked like a star, but Lashley, this is definitely his best performance since being back in WWE as well. So fantastic match between McIntyre and Lashley. Looked like Lashley was closing on the win, but then Lana came strutting down, which as soon as Lana came out, you kind of figured, you know, the finish was going to go as it was. Lashley got distracted by Lana. McIntyre headbutts Lashley into Lana, who was on the apron. She gets knocked down on MVP. McIntyre to Claymore. 1, 2, 3. McIntyre retains the WWE Championship against Bobby Lashley. Like I said, great match. Really enjoyed it. Definitely been enjoying McIntyre's run as WWE Champion. Really hope this leads to a rematch at Extreme Rules, because we've had a banger here. Give them a stipulation at Extreme Rules. They're going to have a hell of a match. Hell, put them in the fight pit. That would be a tremendous WWE Championship match at Extreme Rules. So yeah, I'm all for the feud continuing. Like I said, great match, and I'm looking forward to a rematch at Extreme Rules if they do end up having one. Then we were supposed to have the Raw Tag Team Championship match. The Street Profits were supposed to be defending against the Viking Raiders, but then we got this segment where they just were fighting backstage. They were doing callbacks to all their segments. You know, Ivar was reminiscing, you know, the past segments of him being called good looking and him beating the turkey leg. You know, bowling balls were involved. You had golf clubs. You had, you know, shields and hatchets. You had a bunch of shit going on in the segment. They were brought over the place. Angelo Dawkins speared Ivar through a glass door, and then all of a sudden Montez Ford's like, "What the hell are we doing?" Like, this escalated way too quickly, and then they all started brawling again. And then Akira Tozawa came out with a group of like ninjas. Like, you would have to be high to watch this segment. Now, first off, I'm not saying you have to be high to enjoy it, because this segment was entertaining as hell. This was so fun to watch. I don't know what the fuck I watched, but it was a lot of fun. I will say that. But if I was high watching it, I guarantee you I would have the time of my life. But yeah, just a huge brawl erupts. They team up to take out Kirizawa and the Ninjas. Then they end up fighting each other again. They go up on top of the production trucks where Dawkins of the Bulldog to Ivar off the truck into a garbage can. Then Montez Ford does a dive, or gets pushed off by Eric in there. Then, or no, Eric takes a Bulldog from Dawkins into the trash can. Then Ivar pushes Montez Ford in there, and then Ivar does the Swanton into the trash. And then they're all in the trash, and then they do a mysterious monster in the trash. I don't know what the fuck I watched, honestly, but like I said, it was fantastic. It was an enjoyable segment, and it made sitting through all the other Viking Raiders Street Profits segments worth watching. Awesome stuff. Loved it. Don't know what it was, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. Tremendous stuff. Loved it. And then, ladies and gentlemen, go to the main event. The greatest wrestling match ever. Edge versus Randy Orton. Now, they straight up admitted right before the match started that this match is going to be heavily edited. Like, you literally had Tom Phillips saying that everything is going to be amplified, camera cuts. He literally sat there in commentary and said this will be edited as fuck to the viewer. So there's no reason for anyone to bitch about how edited it was, because they flat out told you how edited it's going to be, so I don't want to hear it. But Edge and Randy Orton, they went out there and had like a 45-minute match, and I will tell you, is it the greatest wrestling match of all time? Absolutely not. But it was a great fucking wrestling match. These two went out there and had a clinic, and honestly, I will say one of the best WWE matches in recent memory. They went out there and, you know, I thought they had a great wrestling match. You know, obviously, that's what it's supposed to be, a wrestling match, and they went out there for 45 minutes, told a great story. I was highly into it. You know, they're obviously was very mat-based in the get-go. You know, Orton was kind of toying with Edge, you know, countering, you know, like his arm drags and whatnot, and you know, tripping him on the drop toe hold. Orton was just, you know, kind of playing with Edge, kind of out wrestling him, and then, you know, the match picked up, and they started hitting big moves out of nowhere. You know, Edge hit the rock bottom, hit the Imperator, almost called the kill switch, but the Imperator. You know, Randy Orton hit a pedigree at one point, which I thought was great. You know, Edge went for the figure four to kind of pay tribute to Ric Flair. Just a bunch of tremendous stuff, and they did some great callbacks. They edited in the crowd, obviously, for this match, but I thought it helped. I thought the editing of the crowd in this match definitely helped it. Like I said, they're amplifying things to make a better experience. That's exactly what they said this match is supposed to be, for the best viewing experience imaginable for this match. They amplified the crowd, which is aka, you know, editing crowd noise. But I thought it worked for this match, and like I said, I thought Orton and Edge went out there and had a tremendous match. You know, Orton got busted open and he was showing some color. Edge was taking fucking apron bumps. He was taking a superplex, which was just, you know, cringing to watch, because obviously due to his neck issues. Edge and Orton went out there and had a fantastic wrestling match. Like I said, the greatest match of all time? No, but a great wrestling match nonetheless. Orton hits a handful of RKOs. Edge kicks out of all of them. Orton sets up for the punt, but Edge hits a huge spear, and Orton hits a second spear follow-up, and Orton kicks out. Edge is trying to wonder what the fuck he can do. Ends up hitting the Edgecution. It's an Edge-O-Matic. Hits all of Edge's classic maneuvers in this match. Orton ended up hitting his vintage backbreaker, which he never breaks out anymore. So I popped huge to see him break that out. You got a mix of a lot of great stuff. You know, you got a mix of their old vintage wrestling moves you don't see anymore. You just got a great mix of different elements in this match, and I thought it really played in very well. And even though it was an edited match to where they could have edited and make it look as good as possible, I thought they did a tremendous job still, and I really enjoyed it, and especially the fucking finish, man. I popped huge for the finish. Orton ends up, you know, not low blowing, but kneeing Edge in the nuts. Edge is selling on the ground because he's, you know, he got low blow. What do you expect? And Orton runs and hits the fucking punt. I jump out of my seat and I count the 1, 2, 3 with the referee, because I thought that was fantastic. Fantastic finish, and I thought it made the absolute most sense in the world for Orton to get the win with the punt. Tremendous match overall. Even I forgot to mention it, but even the introductions, they had you know, obviously the theme for the match played before, like you know, they did the Hell in a Cell with the with the Metallica song, when the cells come down. They kind of did that with Edge and Orton. They had the lights go out for the entering introductions, and they played an old recording of Howard Finkel over, which I thought was a fantastic touch, and obviously I think everyone got emotional for that. But just the whole presentation about this match, everything about it, I thought was great, and I definitely thought they delivered on giving us a great wrestling match. Now, was it, like I said, the greatest wrestling match of all time? Absolutely not, but a great wrestling match is indeed what we got. So I definitely enjoyed it. I thought Randy Orton winning was the right decision, and obviously, if you have not heard, the news came out that Edge actually got hurt in this match, actually, from what I hear, tore his tricep. So obviously, he's going to be out for a long time. So if Edge were to have won this match, how you can explain him being gone? So Orton winning, especially with a punt, is a great way to explain or write Edge off. So I thought it makes all sense in the world, and can put Edge in line for a title shot, possibly at SummerSlam against Drew McIntyre. You know, McIntyre can finish what he started with Lashley, and then Orton can be the next guy in line for a title shot, you know, after beating Edge. So I thought it was great. Like I said, great match, great main event to close what I thought was a pretty solid show overall. You know, I thought the show started off pretty piss poor. Not piss poor, but, you know, not the best. But overall, it was a solid show. Nothing really bad in the show at all. You know, there's some things I didn't care about. I didn't care for the Asuka Nia Jax match necessarily. And the Universal title match was whatever. But there wasn't anything necessarily terrible on the show. So I thought Backlash overall was a solid show. No complaints from me. Hope you got this video. If you guys did, please leave a like below. And of course, until next time, I'll see you guys then. Thank you guys for watching this video.